Hello everyone. I thought I'd take a quick trip to Lowe's this evening and see if they have any interesting cacti, and I picked these guys up. Thought I'd give you guys a little bit of info before we repot. I'll start with this one here. This is the first Helianthocereus that I've ever had. It's a Helianthocereus Poco, and you can tell I've got a little bit of work to do to get rid of those flowers. Have a smaller one of these, but it's a Mammillaria nejapensis, I believe is how you say it. Lots of berries going on. Pretty excited about that. See if we can probably plant those pretty soon, dry them out. Ours is about half the size of this one, and I think we got ours last year, but excited to get this one potted. Next is our Mammillaria Rodantha. And I haven't had one of these before either, so this is a new one to the collection, and I think the removal of these fake flowers should be easy. We'll give you guys an update on how that all goes. Alright guys, now that we got those ugly flowers removed, we are ready to start potting. We've got our soil ready to go. I got some terracotta pots here, and I've got my labels all written here also. For soil, I usually use a mixture based on what I've learned about the cactus. We usually search various websites, different YouTube videos. I usually look at what it's in now. And I start with a generic cactus blend that I made by mixing two different types of sand, some perlite, small gravel, and cocoa coir. And we use a little bit of store-bought cactus mix, but just as a little bit more of a base to it. We add a little bit of time-release fertilizer, some Osmocote, just a light sprinkling really, nothing too crazy. Each cactus varies so much as far as its soil requirements, light requirements. Do your research, definitely do your research. They really vary in care. We use terracotta. It dries out quick. I think it's very moisture wicking, and it looks great. We're gonna go ahead and get started first with our Mammillaria nejapensis. This is also called the silver arrows cactus. It's native to Oaxaca, Mexico. This cactus forms globular stems, silvery white spines, hence the silver arrows, and dense wool in the areoles. This cactus usually grows up to 6 inches tall, forms large clusters, and the flowers on these guys usually are pale yellow with a reddish midstripe to them. The pot it came in says hardy to 20 degrees Fahrenheit, but it definitely mentions providing bright light and sun, as much as it can handle without burning the plant. I'm gonna go ahead and start with taking this guy out of the pot. The soil seems pretty dry, so it shouldn't give me too much trouble. I wanna make a little shout out to Lynn. Her page is Desert Plants of Avalon on YouTube. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend it. They have taught me this trick with some of these really sticky cactus here. Just using a plastic bag, no one gets hurt. and it's pretty gentle on the spines of the cactus as well. All right. You always want to check through the soil and the roots of a new cactus, make sure everything's okay. But at the same time, you really don't want to disturb it. Just give it a quick look over. All right. Alright guys, we've got this Mammillaria rodantha. This is our first one. Native to Mexico, grows up to 12 inches tall, 4 inches in diameter. The spines on this guy vary between yellow and orange. This one blooms magenta flowers in late spring, summer, and autumn. The label on the pot says hardy to about 32 degrees Fahrenheit. You definitely want to protect it from frost. It likes bright sun, as much sun as possible without burning the plant. Giving it all that sun is really going to encourage heavy spine formation. It's pretty easy to grow, water regularly in the summer, and keep dry in the winter. And we are going to go ahead and use our bag trick here again. I'm telling you, this has made life so much easier. Soil's pretty dry, so that should come right off there. We're adding this coconut husk to our terracotta pot. It really keeps your soil and your fine gravel in there and still allows it to drain well. We've got quite a bit of soil on the roots of the plant already, so I'm just gonna lightly dust the bottom of this pot. I think this cactus is pretty tall already. So again, we're gonna use our plastic bag trick. Really helps not to damage the spines or me. Let's see where that puts us here. This guy was kind of leaning in his pot already, so I think it's going to be a little bit tricky to straighten him out. Make sure there's no air pockets. Nowhere where any moisture can build up, leading to any root rot. And when you're doing this, I'm just doing it lightly, as not to damage any of those roots. I think that looks pretty good. Alright guys, there's our Mammillaria rodantha. What we have here is our Helianthocereus Poco. Native to Argentina and Bolivia. I've searched a little bit online on this specific cactus, and there's a couple other names that it seems to go by. The Echinopsis, Targinisis, Trichocereus Poco, and Trichocereus narvacensis. It's a columnar cactus that grows more like a barrel cactus. It can get up to 2 meters high. Flowers are usually a mix of orange and red and are about 10 to 15 centimeters long. This guy in particular is hardy to about 40 degrees Fahrenheit. You want to use well-drained soil. Keep dry over winter. Definitely want to keep this guy dry over winter. We're gonna start with just a little bit of our cactus mix here. Get that ready to go. Our trusty bag here. Roots look nice. Again, always want to get a good look at everything. Alright. I think that should be a good level. We'll kind of test it here. So what's great about that plastic bag, you can just kind of eyeball it. If things aren't working, it's really easy to take that cactus back out of the pot. We're going to take just a little bit of cactus mix out here. And guys, I didn't put that cactus mix back in our mix in this Tupperware here, just to avoid any contamination. If you can avoid it, do it. There we go. That looks like a great level to me. Just gonna add a little bit more around the edges there. And I think we'll be ready for gravel. Just a little bit more there. Looks good to me. We're gonna give it one last pat down on the sides here. And guys, you can use sand too. It doesn't have to be gravel. Really your preference. Honestly, I think using gravel really helps keep the squirrels out of our cactus pots here. Well, there you have it. Our first Helianthocereus Poco. Alright guys, there we go. We'll get some good pictures of these all potted up and go ahead and add those to the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a great night.